Breath of the Wild has a puzzle complexity progression problem. Why? Because all puzzles past the Great Plateau are the same difficulty, and they're kind of forced to be that way because there's no gates on which shrines you can access. It'd be great if Breath of the Wild could be more like The Witness in this case. The Witness does this beautifully by introducing a mechanic with introductory puzzles in each area. It then builds on that by having the player then naturally build onto more difficult puzzles as the area goes along. Then the way it gates progression is by having these mechanics in separate areas of the island without introduction. And hopefully you'll be able to see the comparison I'm trying to make between the shrine puzzles and the line puzzles between these two games. And Breath of the Wild just doesn't have the same puzzle build-up that The Witness does. It's pretty much impossible to show on video, but if you pick up The Witness, you'll see what I mean, how it introduces, builds up, and then tests your knowledge on these mechanics. And it's so sad that Breath of the Wild just doesn't have anything similar, because I think it could actually be implemented relatively easily. It even has a taste of it in the Great Plateau, because you have to complete those 4 shrines before you get the glider, which allows you to get to the rest of the game. And imagine expanding that to the rest of the game. You could have each region give you an item or a rune, teach you a mechanic with that, and then test you on it before you could progress to the next region. And doing that would gate the progression naturally for a player, allowing you to have a nice difficulty curve, introducing more complex items and mechanics, testing them, combining them in more fun ways. However, that would only solve the problem on a macro scale between each region. Internally, you would still have to make a couple of changes. I think the easiest way to solve this on a micro level would be to decouple shrine entrances with shrine puzzles, so when you find your next shrine entrance, you'll get put on the next puzzle in a sequence. And I think the benefits of that system are pretty obvious, as each region will have its own internal difficulty curve independent from the macro scale. And doing changes like that would put it much more in line with the Witness's structure, as in the Witness, each area has its own difficulty curve as well as the macro difficulty curve of combining those areas' mechanics. And with that, I think I got my thoughts laid out, and I'd love to hear what you think about them in the comments. Thanks for watching.